Okay, good morning, one and all. Thank you for joining for this, the first of many of the new classes, workshops, exercises, and activities for the new year. Kyola Maltengan here. We are going to get into what is called the relaxation response. And so this is a mix of a number of different things using breath work, using rolling, mobility, flexibility, all of those things to just allow ourselves to relax. We get so caught up in our days that the stress that we have tends to have a hold on us. And so what we're going to be doing is basically reconditioning the nervous system. And so we're going to do that through a number of different ways. However, I feel the best way to get started is to get started. So we're going to be using a few different things. One, you definitely want to have a roller, and I highly recommend the Fashionator because of three things. One, the circumference is perfect, particularly for the areas that are going to have the most amount of influence on our nervous system. Two, the firmness of it is what we want to have. Usually with like a foam roller, for example, it can be too big, as well as it's got a little bit more push. So it's not as able to, I would say, push or get past the more surface muscles and into the deeper areas that really have more effect. And then three, and this will get down into later aspects, because it's hollow, we can actually put certain things inside. And we'll talk about that in future classes. But for today, whatever roller you got is whatever roller you got. So we'll be using this. I also advise to get some water. And actually, as I'm saying that right now, I realize I don't have my water. So I'll be right back. If you don't have water right now, go ahead and grab it, because we're going to be wanting to drink water through the whole entirety of our experience. Okay. Have your water ready, have it nearby. Have your roller ready. We're going to use that in a moment. To get started though, we're just going to start on the ground. If you've got a wall behind you, terrific. If not, that's fine. What we're going to want to do is just sit in whatever comfortable position for you is on the ground. We're going to get ourselves into a position that allows us to relax. And as we do, what we're going to first start off with is just closing our eyes. And I invite you to close your eyes and just breathe. Just breathe normally, however you typically breathe, and take a moment just to observe your breath. Where are you breathing into? Is it into your chest? Is it into your abdomen? And where are you breathing in to and breathing out from? Your nose, your mouth. Withholding any judgment, just observing. Now just slow your rate of breath by about half its normal rate. Let's just check in with our body. Become aware of your feet and your ankles. Your ankles and your lower legs, your calves and your shins. Just taking inventory, let's say, on any areas of tension, any areas of tightness. Through the knees now, and the right thigh all the way up to your hips. Your left knee, your left thigh, and your left hips. Coming in through your hips, we'll go into your abdomen and your lower back now. Again, just detecting, inspecting areas of the body, curiosity, just looking for any areas of tension and tightness that you might have. Further through the body we go, the abdomen, into the chest and to the back. Within the chest and back now, again, just taking a moment to observe any areas of tension and tightness, the filling and emptying of your lungs. I'm aware now of your fingertips, that of the right hand, then of the left. Your palms, your forearms, elbows, your biceps, triceps, and shoulder muscles as well. Taking a moment to pass your awareness through your shoulders, through your neck. Now and through the neck we go to the muscles of the jaw, the cheeks, the eyes, and the brow. Now just fully connected to our body, the entirety and totality of which we will be working with today. Now breathe out, allowing all air to expire from your lungs. Breathe in, slowly, deeply, fully holding this breath. Exhale heavy with a sigh. And when you feel ready, please feel free to again open your eyes. Once more, engage the world around you. How are you feeling? How's your body feeling? So we've just taken a little moment to connect to our body, having an idea of where some of the tension and the tightness exists. Now, with eyes open, what we're going to be doing is participating in a more intentional breath pattern. We're going to be breathing in through our nose and then out through our mouth, okay? So to begin, go ahead and breathe out, getting all of that out of our lungs. We're going to focus now, deep breath in through our nose for a 3 count. 3, 2, 1, breathing down deeply into the abdomen. Now pause and out through our mouth for 6 count. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, in through the nose. 3, 2, 1, down into the abdomen. Pause, out the mouth. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, in through the nose again. Out through the mouth. Back in through the nose. Out through the mouth. Now continue on your own to breathe in this fashion. As we go through this process, continuing to breathe in this cyclical manner, 3 seconds in, 6 seconds out, we're allowing our body to enter into a state of release. And that's the intention I want you to hold for today, to release any of the tension, stress, anything that your body is holding within inside of itself, and to know that as we release these areas of tightness that we're opening up space for other things in our body as well as in our lives. Okay, let's get started. So next we're going to go into rolling. And rolling is terrific to release a lot of the tension that we have and we hold inside of our body. And so we're going to be taking our roller. We're going to start off on rolling just all the muscles on the left-hand side of the body. Okay, just the left-hand side to start. You'll be setting up your roller and turning yourself so that you'll be getting the roller beneath the base of the belly. Show a little leg, right? Show a little leg and they'll come running. Right into the base of the belly of the calf. Now you're going to cross your opposite leg over. So left leg is down, right leg is crossing over. Hands are going to be down, held relatively close to our hips. All right. Now, as soon as you get into this position, for some people, your calves are just so tight that you're already going to start to feel it. So we got two options here. First things first is you can do it just like that. If you're already starting to feel a little tension, a little pressure, a little pain with purpose, is what we're releasing today, then perfect. What I want you to do is just to rotate your feet from side to side, finding what hurts the most. Because what hurts the most is where we're going to focus our attention, okay? Now, if you're not feeling it, then we're going to apply pressure through your palms, and we are going to lift ourselves, our hips, just off of the ground, and we are going to roll forward, which means that we're slowly moving our body towards the roller, and as we do, the roller is rolling away. Now, once you get a little something, pause. Rotate slightly, your foot out, your foot in, to find a spot that hurts. And that spot that hurts is what we want to pause on. Now, pausing on that point of pain, before we proceed, we want to breathe. 3 seconds in, 6 seconds out. For me, I like to close my eyes, focus on that point of pain, and as I breathe in, I'm breathing into my calf, as weird as that sounds. And I'm releasing from my calf that tension, that tightness, and that pain. In fact, breathe in one more time, 3 seconds in, focusing upon the word release. And almost as if you're telling your muscle to release that tension, breathe out. Release, release, release. Now let's pause here. One of the things that can happen is that your hands can get a little tired. You might get a little bit of tingling going on in terms of some of the impingement on the nerves. So we want to give ourselves a little break. Also, our upper body might start to get a little tired as well, and that's fine because what we're going to be doing is rolling the upper body in a little bit. Okay. However, for now, though, you need a break. Go ahead and take it. Otherwise, we're going to continue to roll just slowly forward, finding one more spot right there, and then again, roll out your foot, roll in, find wherever hurts the most. Unfortunately, it's on the outside. Fortunately, it's on the outside, and then hold. Now, you might be wondering, what WTF, where is all of this coming from? Well, these areas of tension are coming from you. Patterns of everyday life lead to what's called cumulative stress. And the stress that we keep within our body is one part physical and one part metaphysical, where we have areas of tension and tightness that can actually be related to emotions. And the consistency and persistency, that's a word, of the stress can create these areas, these knots, basically. So we're releasing the knots, and it's going to have an effect on us physically as well as, honestly, emotionally. Okay, and relax. All right, give yourselves a little bit of a break there, right? We got a good amount of tension and pressure coming in through the wrists, so we want to give them a little break. Bring that roller up now a little bit further, back, and be above the knee. Now, the thing about the rollers is they are terrific as it works on muscular tissue. We want to avoid, though, the actual joints themselves. So we're going to take the roller. This is still on the left leg, mind you, just above the knee. We are going to come down to our side, like we're leaning, Cleopatra style on our side. Take that right leg, step it over and in front of your left. Elbow beneath your shoulder as much as possible, pulling the shoulder blade slightly back. And we're going to prop ourselves up and off. So hips now off of the ground, putting pressure right at that spot where the roller is. We are going to roll our body down towards the roller. Pause as soon as you find a point. Point right there. Kind of the point, right? All right, and take that right foot, step it just a little further away from the body. And right hand is down. We are going to roll ourselves as if we are angling our chest towards the ground, or our shoulder towards the ground. Now, this is going to bring us on the ridge line of the quadricep muscle, and it's usually a lot more here than just on the side of the leg. Continue to roll. Now remember, using that breath work, right? Pause. Ooh, ho, there's a spot. All right, breathe in 3 seconds into the nose. Again, close your eyes. I tend to like to do that. Down into that point, that knot, and then breathe out 6 seconds. Release, release, release. Breathe in again for a 3-second count. 3, 2, 1. Deep into that muscle. Breathe out from that muscle. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ooh, yeah. By the way, this spot might hurt a little bit. All right, continuing to go. Oh my goodness, there's another spot. We're going a little bit more quickly through our rolls today because we've got a lot on our plate. However, I highly encourage 1, Fashionator roller. That is by far the best. 2, to take a little more time. Like I'll do this daily, and I'll probably do it a couple of times at least in the day, finding spots and then just releasing it. Ooh, yeah. And when you do, especially on a certain area, you can find a lot there. You can spend, just time focusing on that one spot. You could spend 20 minutes on just your thighs and probably still have a bunch more to roll at the end of that. Today, though, we're just going to be doing about 2 or 3 spots per spot. Okay. And what I want you to do is, at this point, we're probably getting a little bit of tension in our shoulder. So we're going to go 1 more spot. We'll take it all the way, though, now into the hips. Okay. Go ahead and bring it into the hips. Just, again, not in the actual joint itself, but pretty close to the top of the thigh, just where the hips begin. Pause there as soon as you got a spot. I promise there'll be at least a couple. Again, let's breathe into that spot. Focus intentionally upon it and breathe in. Into that spot, breathe out. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1 more breath cycle. 3 seconds in. 2, 1. Hold that breath. Exhale. 6, 5, 4. Release, release, release. Okay, let's take a little break. Oh, how's that shoulder feeling? Probably a little tight and a little tense. Worry not, we're going to get to that as well. Now, what I want you to do is just stand up. You won't be able to fully see me on this. Oh, actually, maybe, yeah. Let's see here. All right. As you stand up, all we want to do is just kind of feel what our body is feeling, okay? And so you're just going to lift up your left leg. Just feel how your left leg feels. Feel any tension, any tightness, anything that you're experiencing. Then bring up your right leg. Now what you're going to start to experience is just a little bit of a difference between your left and your right. Now what you're going to notice is that one leg feels a little looser, a little lighter. And that's terrific because that's what we're doing with our body. That's what we're doing with the rolling, is really getting it into a place where it is so much more, what's the right word, relaxed. And that's exactly where and what we want to be experiencing. Okay, just reset something here. Okay, good. Now, back to it. We did our right leg, left leg, and now we're going to do our right. And apologies, I'm doing opposites here in terms of what the camera is presenting. So I'm doing one thing, yet it's reflecting its opposite. All right, so now we're going to do our right leg. Okay, we're going to start off in the same areas, right? We're going to start off with our calf first, and then next we'll go into what's called the IT band, our thigh. Okay, again, starting at the base of the belly of the right calf, and cross your left leg over and just hold. Again, sometimes you're already in it. As soon as you get your leg on, you're already starting to feel that tension, that tightness, and that pain. Terrific. If not, then we can go ahead and lift our hips up and off. Once the hips are lifted up and off, we just slowly start to roll. Slowly start to roll it. Oh, yeah. Now, once you got a spot, remember, we're going to rotate out, our foot out, rotate in, our foot in. Find the spot that hurts the most. Got it. Okay, once you got it, focus intentionally upon that spot. I like to close my eyes. Focusing on that spot, we're going to breathe in for a 3 count through our nose. And then out, release, 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 release. Once more, breathe in, 3 seconds in. And then out through our mouth, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, at this point, if you want to take a little bit of a break, you can, and roll out your wrists a little bit. And then we're going to go to another spot on the calf. Lining it up, rotate, find that spot. Again, let's breathe it in. And let's breathe it out. Once more, breathe it in. And breathe it out. Okay, terrific. Let's give those wrists a little bit of a break, and worry not, we're going to get to all of this in terms of the release of our upper body as well. However, for now, let's focus on the lower body. Back into our thigh. Coming in, we're going to take a position. Right thigh is on. Again, you want to get just past the knee as you do, using that elbow for support beneath the shoulder. That now left leg, left foot is forward. You're going to take it a little step forward and then just rotate it. Oh, there it is. Roll into it. I got a spot. All right, now once you find that spot, eyes closed if you want, eyes open. However, focus specifically on that point, on that knot. And as you do, breathe in through your nose, into that spot. Breathe out from that spot, quietly inside of yourself, saying release. Almost willing the muscle to release and thereby allowing it to relax. Breathe in. And breathe out. Wonderful. Let's slowly roll. And there's going to be a lot of spots here. Find the ones that really are quite tender. And again, you can roll forward and back to really find where that spot is. Right there, I got one. All right, mid-thigh for me. Where is it for you? Okay, now breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in again. And breathe out. Slowly moving up. Now roller coming into the upper thigh. Ooh, lower hip. Oh my goodness. I remember when we started off with our initial breath, taking inventory on all of these spots of tension. So I want you to just be aware of what you're experiencing and how your experience with the roller is starting to line up with our body scan. Are the areas of tension and tightness that you detected, are these the same spots? Are you finding new spots that you didn't necessarily connect with initially? Okay. This is a spot I did connect with. And so I'm going to go ahead and focus on it. I invite you to do the same wherever you are at. Breathe in to that spot, connecting with that point of pressure and pain. Breathe out. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Once more, breathing in. And then out from that spot. Great job. Let's give that shoulder a little bit of a break. And we're actually going to take a little water break. The thing about the rolling is that we are creating a need within the body. And that need is going to feed, if you will, into hydration. What we're working with is called fascia. And fascia, for the longest time, was thought of as just connective tissue. You know, hip bone connects to the thigh bone, all that good stuff. It's way more than that. Fascia is not just the tissue that connects everything. It's also an organ that connects everything. And so what we're doing is as we put that pressure like a massage, we are creating a need to circulate more. And that circulation as it comes in helps to flush the body. So we want to be able to have a lot of water. Drinking a lot of water helps with the hydration, and the hydration then helps with the body's overall well-being. Okay. You ready? Before the Portuguese kicks in anymore and I start talking some more about other stuff, let's get back into the rolling. All right, we're going to transition into the upper body. We're going to do a little bit to our back, then we're actually going to do a little bit on our hands for a release, and then we're getting into our shoulders and neck. So we're lining up first and foremost our roller. We're going to lean back into it right at the base of your shoulder blades, all right? At the base of the shoulder blades, we're going to be getting into that position. Fingers interlocked, hands behind the head, elbows out nice and wide. Now, first things first, we're going to lift our hips up and off once our position is set. And we're going to be pulling our hips up towards the ceiling and away from the roller. Okay, might need to reposition your feet. And then we are going to drop our hips down and pull it back towards the roller. Eyes now looking between our knees. When we come back up, are looking up towards the ceiling. And we're going to go just about 80% of our shoulder blades, nothing more. And then down. Now, bring those elbows together. Reposition. Same thing, except I want you leaning heavy, heavy, heavy onto your right-hand side. Okay? So your left shoulder is up and off as you lean and pull up, rolling a space between your spine and your right shoulder blade. Still doing the same thing, pulling hips away from and up towards the ceiling, and then back down. Let's switch to the opposite side. Now on the left, pulling away and up with our hips, dropping down and back. And, oh, okay, great. Let me reposition my mat here. I'm moving all over the place. Phenomenal. Next, let's get into a little bit of a release for our hands. Our hands and our forearms especially do a lot of work through the course of the day. Okay, you're gonna take your roller and take just the ridge of the thumb line. And we're gonna put it right on the edge of the roller, okay? So left hand is coming on, right hand is gonna be holding and supporting. You're gonna be supporting with the butt of your palm. Okay? Now, we're going to be leaning forward. Let me show you this from the side and then I'll come back in. Instead of being back here, we're going to be leaning forward. So we're actually just using our body weight, pushing pressure down so that our shoulder is almost above our palm. Okay? Now, as you get into that position, both hands are open, fingers are extended. And we're just going to slowly push in the meat of the thumb. As we get into that thumb joint, it's real small, and we're still using our breath. 3 seconds in, 6 seconds out. Now, one thing to notice is what you notice. Obviously, there's going to be pain. And at the same time, you might find other things as well. Oh, my hair is all over the place today, huh? So just kind of, as you roll these different areas, see what comes up in your mind. See what comes up in your heart. See what your body is telling you, because there's going to be all kinds of fun things that come up. Next, we started on that left palm. We're going to bring our arm in towards our body, palm facing towards our face. We're going to come down. We're actually going to position it. I'll get to the side so you can see it more easily. Just beyond the elbow, okay? The elbow's going to tuck in. We're going to lean forward, and you can cross your arm over and put a little weight, more weight in. As we do, what we want to do is pull our elbow back as well as push it forward. Now, for me, I like to get actually on this area here, this ridge line, so I rotate my thumb all the way down as if it's pointing down towards the ground. And for me, this works well. And that would be my rooster, Hart, which Drake named, telling me that he is hungry. Great timing, Hart. Thank you. One thing that I want to make clear is that one of the greatest things about the relaxation response is that we are prioritizing ourselves. And that's something that is crucially important and key to really being able to embrace and recondition our body, is to prioritize you and your needs, as I'm prioritizing me and mine. Next, let's go to the opposite hand, right hand coming into play. Now again, remember, hands are open, right on the ridge line of the thumb joint. Opposite hand comes into play. We're leaning over, almost as if we are now massaging the roller itself. Okay, now we're pushing and applying that pressure largely through the right arm. The left is also supporting slightly. Pushing our body weight in as we roll forward and pull back. Roll forward and pull back. Okay. And again now, see, and you're going to start to feel it. You know, as we look at things, whether we're talking about like carpal tunnel, for example, some of the tension that's held in the wrists, or some of the things in terms of like tennis elbow that comes in through the elbow itself. A lot of the muscles here within our forearm flexors and extensors can put a lot of tension through both the wrist and the elbow. Bring that arm in, elbow towards the chest, hand towards the face. Drop down into it. And again, once you do, you can just rotate it. Wherever you're feeling that tension, however, we're just using our body weight. We're leaning our chest in towards our arm, rotating our thumb towards the ground. And we can also double up by putting that other arm as well. And just pulling the elbow back. As well as pushing those fingertips away. Roll in the spot here. Oh, there we go, that spot. And terrific. Now, I feel a little tingly, which is absolutely fine. We're creating circulation into these areas, which is the intention and the purpose. Now let's get into your left shoulder. Got my microphone, so let me just readjust this real fast. Okay. Go ahead and lie down onto your side. Your left leg is straight line through the body. Your left arm is extended. I'm going to put it right there. This roll is kind of the pits. Oh boy. Anywho, we're getting into that position now. Palm is going to be facing up towards the ceiling. And as soon as we get in, largely, we're going to find some tension from the get-go. Okay. One of the things you can do is you can take your right hand and roll forward as if we're bringing ourselves again down towards the ground. And we can also rotate back. Now, so get into this position if you want. You can use that right hand to support the neck if that's where your tension is. Pausing wherever you find some. Mine is more towards the forward aspect, so we'll roll into it. Then pause when you find one, and then hold. Then again, we're breathing into it. And then breathing out from there. Now, one of the things you can also do is take that roller about 1.5 inches up the length of the arm. That'll get more into the posterior delt, back of the shoulder and the triceps. Ooh, yeah, I think I'll just a little. Oh, there we go. And let's see what's up in this area. Okay, find that spot. And you can really, at this point, we start to get to this area. You can really start to manipulate things by just moving the palm. Palm facing down towards the ground, palm facing up towards the ceiling. Right there is a great spot. Okay, find that spot for yourself. Breathe in. Breathe out. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in again. And then breathe out. Release, 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 release. Okay, let's go ahead and get to the opposite side. Okay, opposite arm now. Getting into position, dropping it into your armpit. Arm is extended. Now on the right-hand side, right leg's fully extended, moving all the way up through right arm. Right arm is fully extended. This position here. Palm is facing up towards the ceiling. If you want, you can support with the left hand. We're just going to find where that spot is. Is it more towards the back, more towards the front? The side is right there. Okay. Now again, once we got our position, breathing into it and breathing out. Breathing in, 3, 2, 1. Pause, breathe out. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Into it again, and or shifting. Now I did that part in terms of going into the upper arm. You can actually bring it back as well, down towards the back. Okay, so you can have just about 1.5 inches all the way up to 1.5 inches or so up the length of the arm. Also about 1 inch down. Oh yeah, woo! There's a spot. 1 inch down towards the back. All right, so 1 inch down towards the back. Let's go ahead in that area, see if you got anything there. Hand to support once you find something, if you do. If not, by all means, go up the length of the arm. But I've got one. Great, breathing into it. Let's do one more breath. Breathing in. To that spot, willing, get to release. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, terrific. Oh man, I'm going to come back to that spot afterwards. Okay, we're going to go into one for the neck. Now, and this is where if you have a larger traditional foam roller, it might not work for you. So you can sit this one out or see how it might work. Again, with the circumference of the fascinator, it's perfect for the arms as well as for the neck. Now, where you're going to be rolling, though, I'll just show you. The length of the neck, this is called cervical spine, inserts or goes into the base of the skull. Right here, you find that little nub, the back of the skull. In this area here, both to the left and to the right, are two areas that we're going to focus upon. And so that's where we're going to be basically putting the roller and positioning the roller, okay? Right beneath the nub. Okay. Hands are going to be on the roller itself. We're going to have it at the base of our skull, the top of our neck, almost like a pillow, okay? Tuck your chin down just ever so slightly. And as you do, what we're going to be doing is just slowly rolling. We're going to keep our chin just slightly tucked as we do, from side to side. So we're just rotating our head ever so slowly, from side to side. Now rotate as we go over and pause on whichever side you're on, and just hold here. Now we're going to let it sit here. I want you to close your eyes. We're going to go through 2 breath cycles, breathing into the spot of tension, of connection, and then breathing out. Once more. And breathe out. Now go ahead and roll to the opposite side. And pause. Breathe in. And breathe out. Once more, breathe in. And breathe out. Now, go ahead and just remove the roller from behind your neck. This, incidentally, is part of the sequence, and we have sequences for different purposes that I use for sleep. What's great about this sequence is it rolls and puts pressure into an area that helps the body to relax. Okay, just for a moment, let's go ahead and take inventory upon our body again. I invite you to close your eyes. Just breathe normally, however you typically breathe. Again, we're just observing our body, what our body is feeling. Eyes, please. We're gonna roll onto our side and get ourselves slowly up. All right. We're next gonna go into some flexibility. Okay, we're gonna do a simple sequence, starting off with our lower part of our body. Get that right leg out and extended. And as we do, we're going to introduce a new breath. It's going to be coming in largely just through our mouth. Okay, so it'll be like, in fact, before we get into that, why don't we take one step back before we go forward, get into a comfortable position. Let's actually go through this sequence breath first. All right, first and foremost, we're going to be breathing in through our mouth, down into our 3rd chakra, right into our solar plexus, and then breathe out from that point. Bring your hands to your upper abdomen and breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. So 6 breaths are going to be our count for each and every one of the stretches. With each breath, we're going to go a little bit further into it on the breath out until we get to a point where we're going to meet that resistance. As we meet that resistance, then we're going to breathe out slowly, slowly, slowly. Okay? Go ahead, getting lined up. All right? We're going to angle and bring ourselves over our leg. Lean into it. And now we're going to go through that same breath. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Settling further and further with each and every breath. Slowly after that 6th breath, start to pull back. Take now that leg to cross over, right crossing over the left. With your left arm, you're going to grab it, grab onto that right leg, and now we're going to pull as if we're hugging our knee to our chest, okay? Locking it in, and then just look over your left shoulder as far as you can. And breathe in. Breathe out. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. In. And out. Okay, now that we're in this position, next we're going to be taking our left foot, bring it down to the ground, and we're going to get into a position that has our right ankle on our left thigh. Now pushing and applying pressure to our palms, straightening out the spine, and then we're going to be, again, with our leg in this position, breathing in and out. Keep your spine as straight as possible, chest pulling up towards the ceiling. Breathe in and out, all the while applying pressure through the palms into the ground. Two more breaths. Last one. Okay, terrific. Now we're going to bring over our hips, dropping our knees to the ground. I'm going to reposition myself and do the same if need be, where we have just about a 90-90 bend in both knees. We're going to be bringing our upper body, crossing over our left thigh, and then just holding. Okay, so once again, legs are down. We should be leaning more on our right hip. Rotate over, pulling our body down as far as is comfortable. And then breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Two more. Last one. Okay. Now we're going to do two things. Slowly bringing our chest over that right knee as we straighten out the left leg. I'm going to reposition myself so you can see this a little more easily. And now we are just leaning over our right thigh. Okay. Holding just here in this position. Just allow yourself to settle into it. As we settle into it, we're going to get now ourselves up from this position. Two options in this. Hands can be down. Right, rather left toes are coming to the ground. If you look at my back, straight leg, it's coming off of the ground. Position one is right here. If you go for the 6 breaths, position 2 will actually bring in like this. grasping upon your left foot with your left hand. Either is fine. Either way, though, you can also prop up on your fingertips, look up to the ceiling, bring your chest up towards the ceiling as well, and breathe. Do what's natural and right for your body. Listening to your body. 3 more breaths. And relax. Okay, roll back onto your butt. Left leg now straight. Same line of stretches that we just did, all now on the left-hand side. Okay, angling over, bringing our chest towards the knee. Toes are going to be slightly flexed up. And let's lean into it. Okay, locked in position, breathe. Two more breaths. Slowly coming up from that position. This is something I do pretty much every day. Go ahead now, crossing that left leg over your right arm grasping on. And now again, we're pulling and hugging that left knee towards the chest, looking over your right shoulder, and breathe. For me, I like to do it with my eyes closed. One more. On that last breath, as we're releasing, is also the point that we are transitioning. Okay. Now getting into position. Again, we've got our palms pushing down. Our left ankle is positioned on our right thigh. Okay. Pushing it down, or rather out with your leg as you look up and bring your chest up towards the ceiling as we straighten out the spine and breathe. And last breath, breathe out, rotate. 90 with our knees, 90 degrees, 90 degrees. Leaning now to the left hand, or rather left hip. Rotate coming down. Bringing our elbows down to the ground. Again, do what's natural for you. Feels what feels right for you. Okay? And then once in position, then just breathe. Three more. Last one. And last breath. We are now going to breathe out as we bring our upper body now over our left hip and thigh. Just take a moment, just breathing naturally, letting ourselves settle into position. Start to come up from that position. Again, you have 2 options. That right leg now, toes on the ground. Applying pressure through the right hip, the right butt muscles pushing down. 2 options here. Option 1 is here. Looking up towards the ceiling, bringing the chest up as well. Option 2. Back and breathe. Last breath. Releasing from that position. Bringing back onto our hips and onto our heels. Just pause here for a moment. Just allowing yourself to breathe. To acknowledge the great work you've been doing. And the wonderful person that you are being. Now, with your left arm, take that left hand, center it, so it's directly in front of your eyes. Rotate, so your palm is now facing up towards the ceiling. We are going to take our left shoulder, drop it down to the ground, and as we do, you're also looking up towards the ceiling, using your right hand for a little bit of stability. So drop that left shoulder down to the ground and breathe. And settling each and every breath further and further into it. Last breath. Okay, transition. You're gonna move that right hand forward by about 8 inches. You're gonna take that left hand, almost threading it beyond that other arm. Lean into your shoulder, so you're gonna bring your ear down to the mat. Okay, breathing out as you do. Okay, this position here, reaching your fingertips as far away from your body as you can, leaning, applying pressure into your shoulder, and breathe in. Okay, we're transitioning again. You can go straight to your opposite side. I'm going to come and rotate so it's easier to see. And take that opposite arm. Now your right arm is going forward, palm up towards the ceiling. Left hand is down. Drop down into it. Okay, your right shoulder coming down to the ground. And breathe. And last breath, breathing out, pulling that now left hand forward by about 8 inches, threading your right arm through that space, leaning onto your shoulder, bringing your ear down to the ground, and go. Okay, coming up from that position now, slowly we're going to bring our palms down to the ground. Okay, in this position, our palms are beneath our shoulders. We have our hips in a certain position. I'm going to do a little cat-cow action, pushing your abdomen forward as you breathe out. We're going to arch up, breathe in. And arch down, breathe out. Arch up, breathe in. Arch down, breathe out. Once more, arch in or up. Arch down, breathe out. All right. Now, coming on back, I tend to just go straight into Japanese style seating. However, what we want to do now is we're going to just do a little bit of mobility. It's more comfortable just to sit down in a cross-leg position, by all means do. However, once we're in this position, I like to bring my palms facing up. Now, starting off with our head, looking all the way up, not just the eyes. You actually want to bring your chin, as if we're bringing our chin up towards the ceiling. And then chin down towards your chest. Chin up towards the ceiling. Chin down towards the chest. Okay, looking straight. Look over to your right. Use your right hand just to pull a little bit. Chin to your shoulder. Release. Look over all the way to your left. Hand to help. Chin to your shoulder. Back to the right. Chin to your shoulder. Back to your left. Chin to your shoulder. And straighten. Now in this position, we're going to do some big neck rolls. Rolling to the right. Looking all the way up and around. And the chin is your focus. Bring it all the way up and around. Opposite direction. Rotating all the way up and around. Okay. Holding right here. I'm going to take that right hand down to the ground. Your left ear out to your left shoulder. Left hand grasps on. And just a slight hold. Pull your shoulder blades back. Opposite side. Right ear to right shoulder. Opposite side. By the way, you can do this for longer periods, especially when you've got tension held within the neck. Tension within the neck can cause pressure within the skull. Pressure in the skull can create migraines. Okay, great. Now we've got that in terms of mobility in the neck. Now we're going to be getting into our shoulders. Hands can be to the side. We're just shrug up, shrug down. Shrug your shoulders up to the ears. Breathe in, shrug your shoulders down. Down to the ground. Focus on your shoulder blades, moving through the totality of it. One more time. And great. Now shoulder rolls. And we're going to be rolling back and pinch. Rolling our shoulders forward, up to our ears, back, and pinch our shoulder blades back at the very end. Roll. Once more. Great. Now our hands. Okay, we're going to do a little bit of mobility where we're going to have our, what's called a neutral position. Our palms are facing towards each other. We're going to roll in, pointing our fingers in, towards each other, around and out, in, around and out, and big, big, big circles. Let's go for number 3, 2, 1. Opposite direction now. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Terrific. Now, let's give our legs and hips a little bit of a break as we come now down onto the ground. Lying down on the ground, we are going to first and foremost take our right leg. Hands are going to help. Grasp upon, pull in towards the knee, or the knee towards the chest, and then extend out, point those toes, and back. Left hand side, grasping on, pulling knee to chest. Flex the toes up towards the knee as well. Extend out, point the toes, and down. Back to the right hand side, knee to chest, toes flexed up. Breathe in and exhale. And down. Breathe in. Exhale. Down. Now, I'm going to reposition myself because I don't have a whole lot of space here. However, what you can do is just bring your feet back. I'll do an adjusted part of this. Bring your feet back. And then your feet should be just about shoulder width apart. Arms are going to be out to both sides. And you're just going to rotate over. Again, I don't really have that much space in this side, but rotate over. And then as you do, you're going to keep your shoulder as much as possible planted, rotating your hips so knees come out towards the ground. One side, and then the other. Breathe in as your knees point towards the ceiling. Breathe out as they point towards the side. Breathe in towards the ceiling. Breathe out towards the side. Breathe in towards the ceiling. Breathe out towards the side. And center. Now, bring your knees towards your chest towards your knees, holding on. What we're going to do is we're just going to rotate lightly from side to side. As you do, you're going to rotate and just bring your knees and rotate your hips as you roll a little bit. And now we're in a grasp on, and we're going to pull our knees towards our forehead, pull our forehead towards the knees. Tight, 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 tight. Extend, legs out. Body in a relaxed position, palms slightly up towards the ceiling, eyes closed. Allow your body just to melt into the ground, knowing that you've done tremendous work today. You've given your body exactly what it needed. Now connected, more attentive, more aware of what your body has been communicating all this time. Now just much more able to give yourself the attention you deserve. For the next now 2 minutes, I want you just to go into a state of stillness and of silence. as we bring this session to a close, set an intention for yourself today. Quietly within inside of yourself. Knowing that this intention will create direction for your attention. Breathe out now. Allowing all air to expire from your lungs. Breathe in slowly, deeply, fully holding this breath and your intention. Breathe out, allowing both to now be released, unfold and manifest on your behalf. And when you feel ready, feel free again to open your eyes and to slowly start to move your body little by little, rolling onto your side. Just slowly get yourself up. And all right, right on schedule. Well, thank you very much for joining today, for prioritizing yourself, to being open to listening to your body, to what you need, and to give that to yourself, the relaxation response. I don't know about you, but I'm ready for it now. All right, that is it for now. Love and aloha. Take care, and ahuyo.